Detroit versus Milwaukee. This is a battle between two neighboring states in the Midwest, and in this video I compare them which city is better at what and why. There are 5 things I found that is important in deciding to live in either of these two cities, which is weather, jobs, crime, cost of living and lifestyle. But before we go to the battle, let me give you a little intro about the two cities. Detroit locally is the largest and most populous city in the US state of Michigan, the largest US city on the United States-Canada border. It has a population of over 670,000 people, making it the 24th most populous city in the United States of America. Detroit is known for its contributions to music and has a repository for art, architecture, and design. More recently, the population of downtown Detroit, Midwest Detroit, and various other neighborhoods has increased. An increasingly popular tourist destination, Detroit receives 19 million visitors per year. In 2015, Detroit was named a City of Design by UNESCO, the first US city to receive that designation. Milwaukee locally is the largest city in the state of Wisconsin and the 5th largest city in the Midwestern United States. It has a population of over 600,000 people and is the 31st most populous city in the USA. The city is known for hosting sporting events and concerts. Summerfest, the largest music festival in the world, is also a large economic engine and cultural attraction for the city. In 2018, Milwaukee was named the coolest city in the Midwest. Let the battle begin. Round 1. Weather. Both cities have similar weather. Milwaukee has 4 seasons, and in the summer months it has the perfect weather. However, in the winter months it is below freezing. You can expect a maximum temperature of -2 degrees Celsius, and it gets worse. Just expect snow and ice. Make sure to wear appropriate clothing to stay warm, plus wear good shoes with grips, which is a must. Plenty of people have broken their back slipping on their bums over the years. Detroit also has 4 seasons, and in the summer months weather keeps changing. 1 hour hot and sunny and the next is cloudy and spitting with rain. Just a heads up, always have a hat. It does tend to rain unexpectedly, and in the winter months it snows a lot. However, Detroit is insulated from the harsh winds from its towering buildings, which insulates the place, and people who live there don't complain as much about the weather than people who come from Milwaukee. Round 1 goes to Detroit. Round 2. Jobs or jobs. Detroit had a large automotive business throughout the 20th century, and the companies decided to close where employees of the city suffered, and this meant people moved out of the city, reducing its people and the economic growth, and this caused an increase in the number of crimes. There is high cases of corruption in Detroit, and this is happening today where funding is not given to the vulnerable community. Corruption happened before, where the automotive companies had a more of an influence over the government. If a union rep spoke about the harsh conditions of workers, then they would be either made to shut up or be murdered. The government depended on the car industry and didn't care about the people and other industries in the city. Detroit hasn't yet recovered from that period. The automotive industry put Detroit on the map. Today most people work for the government agencies, health organizations and non-profit organizations, whereas Milwaukee retained its companies and today is doing well as a city. It has a good brewery business where it gets a lot of money from its sales. Both cities had an industry. Detroit lost it. Milwaukee is doing well. Milwaukee is doing better economically, therefore Milwaukee wins. Round 2 goes to Milwaukee. Round 3. Crime. Since Detroit lost a huge industry where jobs were lost, and this meant crimes went up, and today Detroit still has high crimes. This happens a lot downtown, which is expected. Most cities have crimes downtown anyway, but when a shooting happens in Detroit, it's so prevalent. It is normal for people who live there. When someone gets shot, most people don't get fazed. They just continue doing what they were previously doing. Most crimes are gang related, so I warn you not to be involved in a gang turf war. Don't make friends with random people. Don't talk a lot of rubbish about them. Plus, if you're a man and you like going out in bars and clubs, don't talk to women. It's easily avoidable, and it prevents things ending up going horribly wrong. Whereas Milwaukee is a city that criminals behave like animals. There's a saying, when the hibernation period ends, the crimes starts to rise. Always keep in mind, winters are good times. It keeps the criminals in check. People from the north and south side have the most crimes. Black neighborhoods tend to get the highest crimes, but let's not discriminate. Those folks who commit these crimes are from poor neighborhoods. Let's be honest here, white neighborhoods don't want black people in their neighborhoods. Racism doesn't exist, it's a fact. Since Milwaukee is not doing so well for a new city, Detroit wins round 3. Round 4. Cost of living. Detroit is expensive. Milwaukee is cheaper and is affordable. You can earn a decent salary and get a mortgage and stay healthy. Whereas Detroit is expensive. Well, the downtown area is expensive and insurance prices are beyond stupid. The prices are too high. Detroit has a good community vibe in the city, which many people love about the city. Milwaukee does not have a good community. Everyone is segregated by race. People don't go and chat to each other. People are seen as aliens to one another. And the sad part is children are segregated in schools. The public schools suck, but come on, I thought this is the United States of America, land of the free where people unite. I thought that's what your flag represents, where people have some sorts of belonging, but that is far from the truth. In reality, people are segregated. It's a very gang culture mentality, and it's like being in prison. Since Detroit is too darn expensive, round 4 goes to Milwaukee. Round 5. Lifestyle. Milwaukee is boring as hell. Milwaukee is known for its brewing traditions that began with the German immigrants. Celebrities never visit the place, and this is hardly any good news. On the other hand, Detroit has many shows that celebrities parade the city. Let's forget about celebrities for a moment. Let's talk about people who want the opportunity to be a singer and become an artist. There isn't much opportunity to become a star or become somebody in Milwaukee. Look, I'm not saying Detroit is like LA or New York. What I'm saying is Detroit is a much more bigger city which has more opportunity and is known to people, and more people become highly successful. Furthermore, there are things to do in Detroit such as eating out, places to visit with the family, but the city has a high tax rate which is awful for your wallet. Oh yeah, you will need a car to fund your luxurious lifestyle. The transport system is weak. However, things are changing. Milwaukee is recognized as a great city. Everything is nearby. They have the Summerfest Music Festival, which is a world event that happens annually, and the city is improving, and Detroit is still in the shadow of its glory days. Therefore, round 5 goes to Milwaukee, and Milwaukee wins the battle. I hope you got something in this video. Make sure to comment, subscribe, and I will see you in another time.